Well, it's a windy day and we're in the village of Barnham, and this is the church of St. Gregory. It's on a main road. Oh, and it's got a wheelie bin right by the entrance. Oh, it's brilliant. And there's the church in front of us with a clock. And the time looks right. It's a lovely little church. Let's have a look. So we walk down this very smart gravel path, and we've got, to our left, we've got a large number of recent headstones, fairly recent headstones in a very neat and well kept piece of churchyard. Lots of memorial flowers and headstones that have been well kept, graves. Extensive churchyard at the other side with a considerable number of headstones here. Look like they range in age over probably 150 years. Some of them, as usual, are very worn and weathered, difficult to read. Some large trees here running along the side of the wall, which is the boundary of the church, which is again is a lovely flint and brick wall covered in ivy, very picturesque. The churchyard is turned into a kind of a nature reserve. The headstones here look beautiful with that ivy growing around them. That is so picturesque. This one here.
Memory of James Barnham, who died March 1847, aged 69 years.
A lovely scene, isn't it? It's just a shame here that today is not bright and sunny. Look at that bird's just landed on that headstone. Oh. Isn't this a wonderful scene? Look at these. So picturesque, these headstones.
To the memory of Sarah Edwards, the wife of James Mills, departed this life January 1862, aged 88 years.
Oh. So nostalgic feeling, that's just with that ivy growing there. And this area here has been fenced off and it's been kept as a nature reserve. And look at that again. Oh, the timing. The sun's just come out just when we were looking at it. Got the shadow of the tree here and got all that grass. Tops of the grass there waving around in the breeze. Isn't that a beautiful scene? Bird scene. You can see the church here. Ah, it's a glorious scene. Isn't that glorious, that church? We've got birds again, look on these graves, look. Look at that bird. Isn't that lovely? Oh, and the sun's come out again. Look at the sun on that church. Isn't that just beautiful? That's fabulous. We can see the area that's been fenced off and let to grow with nature at the helm. And we've got all the headstones there, look, buried deep in this summer grass. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Just beautiful. There's a little path that's been cut up here so that you can walk along to the end of the churchyard. And on this side we've got another array of the most beautiful headstones, all different shapes and sizes and crosses, leaning over to all different directions, and ivy growing up some of them. Fabulous. It's a fabulous scene. Some of them here have been completely overrun with ivy. And at the back of the church here, look, we've got a wooden shed. And they've got this most amazing... What's going on here? Are they building a path? Or they've just got this down to walk on? Oh, I see. That's a lovely path that leads to the little wooden shed. At the back of the church we've got the big window here that will be behind the altar, and there's some repair work and looks like rendering being done at the bottom. Nice gravel area next to the church. And here we've got a headstone. That's lovely.
Sacred to the memory of John Alderton, who departed this life July 1817 in the 70th year of his life, and Margaret, his wife, who departed on the December 1840, aged 78 years.
Out of the church we can see that there's been extensive rendering at some time and various bits of repair work, and some of it's falling away. It's a bit of a sorry state, really. And this is an extension, a flint extension. It's very smart. Oh, and looks like another extension here, even bigger. That's a massive extension. That's got brick corners and flint. Oh, that's wonderful. That is impressive. A massive big flint wall. Window. I don't know when that was made, but it's an impressive size. This is quite a extensive church here. The tower seems almost dwarfed in comparison to the size of the church at this side. More headstones here. In the loving memory of a beloved husband and father, Ernest William Page, died 27th of October 1973, aged 82 years, and also a dear mother, Alice Kate Page, and she died 12th of April 1976, aged 84. See the little door that goes up to probably the stairs that go up the tower. That's right next to the boundary of the churchyard itself. We're at the bottom of the tower now, and you see where all the flint's been repaired over the years, and there's a plain window here, and a few more, another window, and the belfry at the top. We'll have a walk around and have a look inside the church. Sweet little porch here that's rendered, and little ramparts at the top. That's really sweet, quite unusual. And you can see that this church has a clock, and it's only on this side, which is nice. It's only on the side that faces the road. So we'll have a look inside. Looks like we stepped down into the porch. So the porch is very plain. There's no windows, no decoration, and plain white ceiling. And the walls are all painted cream. And for the stony effect, or stones on the floor, the church door is open. Ah, this is lovely. Isn't this lovely? Immediately to our left we've got the font with a beautiful top to it. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. And then the first window we come to is plain, but it's tinted yellow, so there's a beautiful yellow light coming through, lighting up this mural here that has been done perhaps by local children. And if we stand at the back of the church, or behind the tower, and look down, we see where the church has probably changed shape over the years with the extensions. And there's this very pleasant yellow light from this side, all down this side of the church actually. We've got red and cream tiles, some newer than others, and the pews are up on a wooden plinth. These tiles here look much older. And this is one of the extensions. It's got a wooden ceiling, or wooden in the ceiling, whereas the main part of the church is unusually plain. Gives the whole church a different feel to most of the churches in this area. No wood at all on that ceiling, and the colour extends up the walls and right across the ceiling. A lovely, mellow, cream look. Very, very pleasant. We've got columns here which are not that old. They're all rendered. Pews go right back to the church, back of the church here, right up to the front. And there, look, we've got the organ. Got a lot of pews here. This is a nice church. Now this is that extension that we saw on the side, which has got a plain window, letting in a lot of light to this area. We've got this beautiful organ, gold pipes. That's very impressive. We've got a memorial here. Arthur James, Pike, Herbert Victor, Barclay, Sidney Rapley, all these people. This is, I'm assuming, a war memorial. Unusual little area here. It's very intimate, actually. Very pleasant place, actually. There's a very low pulpit here. Then, right in front of us, we've got a fabulous stained glass window. That's really nice. So standing here and walking up towards the altar, which is looks like the original part of the church. We've got the altar in front of us, and in this beautiful little spot we've got the most fantastic stained glass window. And to the sides we've got these plain yellow tinted glassed windows again, which give such a mellow atmosphere to this church. There's a little door there at the side. St. Gregory's, Barnham. These windows with the yellow tint really are lovely. And the fact that this church is all plastered. There's such a nice feel about it. So Some lovely flower arrangements each side of the stained glass window. It's a lovely window, very nice. We've got a grave here, or a memorial from 1770 in the floor. So we stand here and take in this church, which is very different, as I say, to most of the ones we've been in this area. It had an absence of wood on the ceiling, and the lovely mellow plastering and colouring on the walls is extended to the ceiling, which gives it a very pleasant, calm, quiet effect. It's beautiful. The feeling is of an old country church that's been restored at some point, and it's been restored very sympathetically. It's just a lovely church. It's nice, very impressive lights hanging down. They look Art Nouveau, 1920ish really, or actually the beginning of the 20th century perhaps. At least that's what they look like.
Current arms of William III.
Well, the door was open when we came, so we'll leave it open. It's very nice to see an open door. Walk back out. The screens to keep the birds out. Well, that's St. Gregory Church in Barnham. I mean, what a lovely church. And what a pleasant visit that was, to see a church that's so welcoming. Look, the door's wide open, welcoming us. Very pleasant interior, very pleasant. The church is just lovely. I mean, the churchyard is so well planned. Really like that. It's a bit windy though today, as you can see. But no, that was really lovely.